So who's gone down the manifestation rabbit hole? Come on, admit it. You've done it. Come on, you know you've watched some of those videos from Joe Dispenza, or even maybe Abraham Brooks. She's a good one, although she's a little hard to keep up with. She talks in circles and circles. You know, it's amazing how good YouTube is at reading your mind. I mean, they know every keystroke you make on your computer. Sometimes I think they probably are in cohorts with the cell phone companies. They really know how to dial you in and serve up things that they think that you're gonna watch on your homepage, like videos about manifestation. Okay, I'm here at the park. There's lots of people. Sometimes they look at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. I have been doing a lot of research on manifestation. And when I say research, I mean watching a lot of videos, yeah. It's about raising your energy more than anything. Apparently, you know, if you're really positive, your energy is high. And if you're really negative, your energy is low. And you attract what you think about, which is a really freaking scary thought. Because I've been thinking about that, you know, dementia thing, and I freaking don't want that. So I got to change my focus on thinking about how to manifest strength, wisdom, you know, vitality, healthy brain. Focus on that, not the opposite of that. Just what you get. You know, your body is completely an energetic antenna. Most people don't understand that. And I really didn't understand that until I started like watching 1,000 videos about it. And I do watch that Joe Dispenza guy. Lately, YouTube been sending me Abraham videos. She's actually kind of funny. If you haven't watched her, I'll pop in a little segment just to give you a little taste.
Life causes you to identify your preferences. And when you do, you emanate a vibrational predecessor to manifestation. We've been calling it a rocket of desire. Do you know that you are vibrational beings? Do you understand, or are you beginning to understand the power of your thought? Do you know that the thoughts that you think are carving out passageways? That you are literally making paths toward future manifestations? But the path that you are on right now, while you're feeling whatever emotion you're feeling while you're on this path, is letting you know what the manifestation is going to feel like when you reach it. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely.
See? What'd I tell you? Yeah, she's a pistol. But, you know, she makes a lot of sense, and it makes a lot of sense. If you focus on negative things, you're going to bring a bunch of negativity in your life. If all I focus on is how bad my knee hurts, or, you know, how the fact that, you know, I have a higher probability of getting some type of, you know, cognitive problem when I'm older because it runs in my family, you know, it's not good. So I can't focus on that. Your body is made up of electrical atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, and they do act as an antenna to the universe, whether you believe that or not. It is actually science. It is proven. It's just very difficult to wrap your mind around it, that you have that much control over your reality. And I'm starting to really believe that. And I'll give you a little taste of a real life story. So, if you've watched any of my videos, and this is a new channel, so there's not many, I may have brought up the fact that my family and my mother has Alzheimer's. Okay. I think I brought it up in every freaking single one of them. I'm going to try to dial that back a little bit. But I went to a Play for Pink golf tournament and was sitting at the table with friends. And lo and behold, I had two of my friends tell me that one, their mother had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and they put her in a memory care center. And the other friend told me that their daughter, who's very young, in her 50s, had the early onset stages of Alzheimer's. If that ain't the universe telling you, you need to pay attention to this, I don't know what is. Has that ever happened to you? Do you even believe it? I'd like to know. I'm not crazy. But it did send quite a message to me, I'll tell you that. You know, and I can attest to the energy thing of your body. You know, I used to work for a very large corporation as a bank president, and we had these rallies. They spent a lot of money, you know, taking us once a year to these retreats. And when you would go into these conference rooms, or I could say convention centers, they had all these motivational speakers come in and they talked about all the things you were going to accomplish in the year. And you could really feel the energy in the room. It was like static electricity. So when you put 1,000 people in a room and everybody's amped up, being extremely positive, it is contagious. So I have to be mindful of that. That's another word that you should remember. Mindful. Be present. Think about what you think about. They say, apparently, if you spend more than 17 seconds thinking about something, you know, you can get in like this endless loop of focusing on something. So don't make it negative. I try not to do it. I've been really, really bad about it in 2024 with all that went on in 2024. And I don't want to make this about politics, but there's a lot of things that went on in 2024 that really took me off the beaten path of positive thinking. And I'm trying to put a little, you know, end to that and start focusing on things that serve me well and not the things that don't serve me well, and particularly not focusing on things I can't control. Now, yes, I do want to be educated, and I do watch political news, and I read a lot about foreign affairs. I know I'm kind of weird, but, you know, knowledge is power, and you can't make good decisions in your life without education. So, yes, and sometimes some of those things can get my blood pressure up and make me feel a little frustrated, and then I have to dial it back, take a deep breath, and say, okay, now you know, don't dwell on it, because you can't control it. Just govern yourself accordingly. You can, you know, try to vote for people that you think align with your personal beliefs and, you know, want to secure our country to we're all safe. You know, I worry about things about my grandchildren being safe, my family being safe. And I thank the Lord every day that I live in a safe environment. But not everybody does, you know. There are people that live in big cities, all like Chicago, and crime is high, and, you know, there's gunfire on the weekends and all kinds of crazy things. And I don't live in an environment like that, and I would never want to live in an environment like that. And some people don't have the resources to get out of that. But I will tell you, if you focus long and hard enough, you can make anything happen in your life. You just have to really dial it in. And I am a true believer of that. And I'm going to test that this year. I am going to seriously test this year my ability. Call it manifestation if you want. You can call it the law of attraction. You can call it whatever you want. But I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to try to keep my energy high, and I'm going to see what it brings me. And I do believe that it will bring me good things. I think it will.
Manifesting refers to the practice of using positive thoughts, visualization, and focused intention to attract desired outcomes into your life. Essentially, believing that by actively focusing on what you want, you can increase the likelihood of achieving it. It's about aligning your mindset and your energy with your desires to create the life you want. It is important, however, to remember that manifesting isn't about passively wishing, but rather actively working towards your goals with a positive mindset.
I'm going to try to see what happens, Just going to be more positive. And I hope it rubs off on you. Because being positive is a good thing. It makes you feel good. And more importantly, it makes the people around you feel good. Kind of rubs off. Somebody might think you're like sick if you all of a sudden do an about face and you're like all of a sudden, go from Debbie Downer to, call it Laughing Lisa or something. They're going to think you lost your shit. But eventually, they'll get used to it. So, I would like to know, have you thought about your energy? Have you thought about manifestation? Have you watched any of those videos? And if so, I'd love for you to share your story.
Apparently, I did not manifest my battery life. So this is the perfect time for you to hit the like and subscribe button. I did manifest that. I'll wait.
Truman, are you ready to go home now? Mommy is done talking. I know. I have a big mouth. I'm going to go home. Can I get you a treat? You want to go home and get a treat? Ooh, you must see a squirrel because you normally turn around when I say that word. Okay, I know where I stand. I'm not that important right now. I get it. You must be manifesting a squirrel right now.